Hi everybody, this is Dave Klein for RAPTR, R-A-P-T-R. In this show and adventure, we're going to take you down to Florida, around Sanibel Island, Captiva Island, Fort Myers, and so forth. We're going to start with some fishing out in the open area near Sanibel and Captiva. And then we're going to move next to the Ding Darling National Wildlife and Mangrove Sanctuary for some more fishing. And then in the end, we're going 20 miles out into the Gulf of Mexico to see what we can find. You know, along the way, aside from the fishing, you meet nice people. You see all kinds of amazing birds and wildlife like the manatees who live in the water. You see alligators here in this area and just so much more. So let's get right into it now. Here we go, an adventure with RAPTR in Florida. Never forget the words of Zane Grey. Fishing keeps men, boys, longer than any other pursuit. And now check out this family of manatees. Before we even got in the boat to go fishing, here's a whole group of manatees, several adults and several little calves swimming around in the beautiful water. This is at the northern tip of Captiva Island. So we had to go over the bridge from Fort Myers area in Florida to Sanibel Island and then on over to Captiva to get to this dock and to get to our guide. Throughout most of their range, manatees are protected because they're endangered mostly by boaters who get out there and rev their engines and go really way too fast for the shallow waters, and they rip right across the manatee's back with their prop, their propeller from the boat and from the motor. And unfortunately, every one of the manatees I saw had some kind of mark or slash on its back. Some of them it doesn't bother, but if the slash is too deep, of course, infection can happen just like it might happen with an open wound for a human being. And so there are methods that the government uses to try and protect the manatees. They'll put signs in the water and ask the boaters to slow down. They'll put little pictures of manatees and say, hey, this is a manatee area. Please slow down and beware of the manatees. Plus, they're huge. They are huge mammals. I once swam with them in a place called the Homosassa Springs, Crystal River of Florida, and they're gentle and they're docile and they're just magnificent. Early navigators and nautical men, sailors if you will, thought manatees were some kind of mermaid because they have this one big huge white tail, and every once in a while they'll stick their head up above water like you see right there, two of them doing. They grab some air and then they go back down and mind their own business. They have two little appendages that look like arms toward the front of their body. And I tell you, it was just a joy to watch them. Before we even got out on the fishing trip, I was totally enthralled with the nature and the natural habitat and the manatees. There's one of the flippers you see right there of the manatees in the Sanibel Captiva area of Florida. One of the birds you'll see all over the place are pelicans. This is a male pelican. Pelicans will be visiting again later on in this video because we had a great experience with pelicans one day when coming back from fishing. Meanwhile, our captain for the day, Captain Jesse Romero, came in to take us out into the Pine Island Sound around the island of Captiva and Sanibel. There's my friend, Big Al Gursky, former Penn State and New York Giants linebacker. And we're heading out into the bay to have a great time, and hopefully we're going to catch some fish with Captain Jesse Romero. Here we go. Look out, fish, we're coming. Okay, we have arrived, Captain Jesse. We left from Captiva there, and what do? We just crossed the body of water. Which one?
Pine Island Sound. We're over on the Pine Island side of Pine Island Sound. So that's basically right behind those trees right there in St. James City.
Okay.
We needed that place.
And what are we going to be throwing here?
We are going to be throwing some artificials.
Okay, let's take a look at them.
So what it is, it's a lead jig head and just a soft plastic body.
Okay.
And there is literally nothing in this body of water that has not at least been hooked on what you're about to use.
Well, yeah, it's about a 3-inch weight. There you go.
3-inch
seems to be a
paddle tail.
universally-
It's called a paddle tail.
You
Paddle
can
tail,
talk
okay.
to them. I want to fish.
Yeah, okay.
So what we're going to do, guys, you see we got the wind at our back and we're going to be drifting out this way.
Okay.
So we're only in about 2.5, 3 feet of water.
Yeah, I can see it.
The whole average depth of Pine Island Sound is only 4.5 feet deep. So we're just gonna cast these guys out. Once it hits the water, we're just gonna close our bail, reel up a little bit, and we just want to bounce that thing off the bottom.
Okay.
And then reel it back.
right.
Bounce it off and reel it back. You want to picture that thing doing like a little touch and go on the bottom.
Water going down.
Exactly, as you're bringing it back to you. And I'm sure you've caught trout before.
Well, we caught like this.
Yeah.
Tide runners up in Jersey.
Oh, okay. Well, these trout have a soft mouth. So when you do get a bite, you don't have to go trying to rip its face off or anything.
Just keep a pressure on
That's
it.
right.
Rod tip up.
Keep
Okay.
the rod tip up, keep some steady pressure on it.
Let's give it a try. Okay, and the 2 times we went bridge fishing so far, you were the high fish catcher both times. The biggest fish catcher, I think, twice. So we have high expectations for you today.
That on the Matlacha Bridge?
Yeah, Matlacha Bridge. Yesterday we went to Ponce de Leon Park.
Where's that at?
Oh, I don't know.
Gorda.
Punta Gorda.
Near Fisherman's Village.
And I tell you, I saw some 4-foot snook, but they weren't interested in the shrimp. They were interested in live little fish.
That is called, we call them specks down here.
Specks.
Speckled sea trout.
Wow. Nice.
I think they make it as far up as South Carolina.
Wow.
And then you start getting into what you guys call
Weak fish.
fish and
Okay.
stuff like that.
Okay, so specks down here, south of the Mason-Dixon line, and then north.
I think the weak fish is a different fish.
Okay.
Same family, but different fish.
Okay.
Rainbow, that might.
Kay's hooked up again. I see a mouth.
The one behind it's even bigger. Okay, stop it. The one behind it was actually even bigger. Yep.
Now, Kay, are you going to kiss the fish for the movie?
Huh?
You know, it's a tradition. You kiss the fish.
No,
Well, you have lipstick on.
I don't know. They have teeth.
Oh, they have teeth. Okay.
By the time it's
Everything in Florida's got teeth except half the people.
That's true.
Okay, Al, that's 2. K2. Al and Dave, nothing.
what do you mean? I caught one.
Keeping. Yeah, I had that ladyfish that got off. Ooh, that's another nice fish right there. K. K3. K, 3 keepers. Al, no keepers. Dave, no keepers. Hold it up. Al just caught one. There you go. Wait, let me zone in
Oh,
on
that's
it.
the biggest one.
That is a beautiful, beautiful Wiki, you called it, right? Speck, I'm sorry.
Speckled sea trout.
Speckled
Yeah,
sea
you
trout.
can reel.
Nice speck, Al.
Yeah.
Where, I don't see one.
It's to the right.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
You got to hold that one up. Oh, that's another nice one. Yep.
She only catches nice ones.
Yeah, I know. That's K4.
4.
Me, nothing that I got in the boat. All right, take another picture of that guy. Yep, nice. Al, 1 in the keeper. Okay.
Maybe I should stop fishing so you can catch the last one. Maybe.
Shut up and catch it.
Okay, just catch the fish here. And then you can tell us about this lizard fish.
You remind me of snakes.
They creep me out because they remind me of snakes.
Well, I mean,
And this redneck doesn't do snakes.
eels have good fillets on them. So now, does this fish have teeth?
Yeah.
Okay, all
I
right.
said everything in Florida's got teeth except half the people.
Oh, he does look like a snake. Wait,
Yeah.
let's check him out. Something on here.
Oh, my
Oh.
Lord.
That's a nice one. Nice one.
Mackerel.
Come on, Al, give it a kiss.
Oh man, he's long. That's
Yeah, he swallowed that one.
Wow, that looks nice and
So this is a speckled sea trout right here. This is what we've been targeting all day long. This one's just about legal size,
Yep.
but they fight like crazy. As you can see, they've got teeth there. It's a good set of teeth as all these saltwater fish did, but Captain Jesse Romero's put us on a whole bunch of them. My fishing buddies Kay and Al Gursky have caught a whole bunch. Kay caught the most so far.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
This guy's going back for another day, okay? Here we go. Goodbye. Thank you. kissing the trout. Go ahead, Al. Kiss the trout. Get them lips in there. Okay, there you go. Captain Jesse, you can let him go now.
I'll kiss him too.
Yeah, that
There
trout's
you
gonna
go.
go tell all of its friends.
There you
Man,
go.
do you know who kissed me today?
Like, those are the two gayest guys on that boat.
Pull back into the marina, and you look just right there in front of us. And you have a manatee that just there he comes up again. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? It's a lazy old manatee enjoying the day here in the harbor. Pretty good stuff. So back here on the dock, here's Henry, the white whatever he is, snowy egret or whatever, I don't know what he is, but apparently he enjoys handouts here. Yeah. It's pretty tame, pretty tame. We are right at the bridge that crosses over to Sanibel Island in the Captiva area. Now, me personally, I don't play really clubs and bars anymore because I don't feel like staying up real late at night. And it takes a certain kind of musician to want to do that. But places like this I can play because the venues are so awesome. Check out this venue. Well, I already know. Part of the fun of a fishing adventure is to enjoy some good food afterwards and then cook up some fish at night. But look at that gorgeous scenery and look at this beautiful conch chowder. It was fabulous. And I'm a huge fan of ceviche. Matter of fact, we're going to make some ceviche from some of our trout right now. We are back from the fishing grounds and we have enough sea trout here for a meal tomorrow night, which we're going to have that Kay's going to make with butter and salt and pepper. And tonight, I am going to marinate some ceviche, and we'll have that for the appetizer. Okay, so off of that sea trout, we're going to get 2 nice fillets. We've already done that at the dock, cleaned it up, gave the pelicans a nice feast. They love that. Then we rinse it off, make sure there's no bones in it, and then pat it dry with a towel so it's nice and dry. And then we take each fillet and we cut it right down the middle like this in half. And then we'll cut it this way because we're going to make cubes out of this. And I'll show you those cubes in a second. Because to make ceviche, it's better if you don't have big, large chunks. Think that it marinates better and cooks better in little pieces. And what happens here is the citric acid in the limes we're going to put in it later on. We'll show you that later. We'll actually cook this, as it were, this protein, this meat. So I just want to show you that. Here you go. Can you see this?
Yep.
So we cut it into chunks, and then I'm going to put some lime juice over it and some garlic and start to marinate that. And then tomorrow night I'll put the vegetables and such in it. So we've got our fish all cubed here. You could use any white fish, shellfish like shrimp or scallops, whatever you like. You could mix them if you like. Next is fresh lemons. You could cheapen out and go get the lime juice or the lemon juice. I like fresh limes because they're so good. So you cut these limes up, and if you don't have any kind of squeeze or whatever, you just basically squeeze them in here. And so what we're going to do next is I'm going to be squeezing these limes into and all over this fish. And that acetic acid in that lime juice, that citric acid, that stuff there is going to actually marinate and cook. We don't use any heat, but it cooks the fish. And what I mean by that is the fish will turn opaque. It will pick up a great flavor, and it will become fork tender. And this is fabulous when you mix it with the vegetables. We'll mix it in with tomorrow when we're ready to eat it. And you chill it down. It's like the best, healthiest seafood salad you're ever gonna have. So get your limes in there. Later on, we'll put some honey in it. We'll put some garlic in it tonight. We're gonna let it just have a little bit of sea salt on there, and we're gonna let that marinate overnight, and then we'll pick up this film tomorrow when we're adding the vegetables and then when we eat it. So here you go. This is the stage we're at now with our fresh sea trout from the fabulous Bay Area waters of the Gulf of Mexico down here near Captiva. in Florida. So I let that speckled sea trout marinate overnight in the lemon, lime, and orange juice concoction. And then the next day I'm making the stuff I'm gonna put in it. Chopping up some cilantro here, doing it one-handed while I'm using the camera. I like mini cucumbers. You could put anything you want into it, but these are the things that I like and find it to be very, very refreshing. Gotta have celery in there if I'm making it. Love my celery, love that crunchiness that comes along with some delicious celery in the ceviche. And don't forget, all this goes back in the refrigerator, gets chilled down again, and when it's served, it is just the best ice-cold salad ever. Gotta have some sweet green peppers in there, and I'm a big fan of sweet green peppers, and as you're going to see, I'm a fan not just of sweet green peppers, but of some other styles of pepper as well. For example, if you can find some sweet red peppers, why not go ahead and chop up some sweet red peppers? Not only does it taste delicious, but nutritionists say that the more bright colors you have in your diet, the more healthy it is for you. So there you go. We've got those red sweet peppers. And of course, I'm going to dice in some beautiful tomatoes, vine-ripened tomatoes. You see that sweet Vidalia onion in the background, and I'll be putting that in just a minute. Sometimes I'll use a sweet Vidalia onion, and other times I will use like spring onions because I like to get the green part in there. It all depends on what's available. I'm not a fan of very strong onions, so those are the kinds I use. You can see now I'm putting it all together here. I'm going to put it together with the ceviche, the fish itself that's been marinating in that citrus juice. And I could have probably used a bigger bowl, but I used what I had there. And for me, there's nothing like mixing it all up with your hands. That's the way it goes. Notice I didn't put any oil in there. Some people put olive oil in it. I didn't use the oil because I didn't see a need for the oil, and that reduces the caloric intake there. And the way I figured, if you don't need the extra fat, why put it on there? But there it is. Look at that beautiful ceviche. And I'm going to show you in just a moment what it looked like after it marinated right before we served it. And here you go. You add some fresh avocado to the top of it, and you have one of the most fabulous treats you're ever going to have with fresh fish or shrimp, beautiful vegetables, some healthy avocado. And really, a serving that's maybe 8 ounces is only like 378 calories. Now, if you want, you can add a red hot pepper or a jalapeno. I didn't add it this time. Okay, yet another day, and we are heading out of the harbor at St. James. We're going toward the Ding Darling National Wildlife and Mangrove Preserve to go for some multiple species of fish with another guide by the name of Jesse. Check it out. So we've crossed the waters from the marina, and now we are in the Ding Darling Wildlife Sanctuary, which is these mangrove stands. All kinds of little places you can duck into. You know there's going to be wildlife and fish back there that nobody's got to in a long time. So we'll see. Today we're going for multiple species. Okay, Jesse, what are we fishing for here?
A little bit of snook, snapper. There was some redfish in here yesterday, so
Okay.
hopefully we'll get a little bit of mixed bag here.
Okay, so we're tossing out some live minnows. Let's get after it.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
I don't know how many of these have teeth, you know?
Perfect.
Well, here we go. First fish of the morning. It's a nice little snook. And I'm going to tell you, hit like a freight train on that live minnow. I couldn't believe how hard that guy hit. He ran. He's just ready to go back to the mangrove, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Now, you can't keep snook here in Florida, right?
You can, but not in Lee County.
Okay, not in Lee County. All right, so we're going to let this guy go.
Yep.
He's going to have a happy life. First snook I ever caught, so kiss the fish. Thank you, Captain Jesse.
You're welcome. Trout.
That is a beefy. I think that's the biggest speckled trout
We take that
we've
one.
seen so far.
You want to?
Yeah, look at that thing. Kay, you got it. Hold that up there, Kay.
Okay. I
So,
don't
so I know you don't want to hold it. I got it.
Take your rod away from
Does that mean you won't kiss it either?
No, I don't want to kiss it.
Okay, I got to get a picture of it with the sun on the side so you see really how beautiful it is. Look at that thing. There we go. We had a twofer there. Kay caught that bigger one. I pulled in that little one. Nice, Jesse. Good job. Oh, you're getting in the picture now.
Okay.
You're gonna kiss the fish?
No,
No. How about the guide?
no.
Kiss him on the
Well, yeah,
arm.
that I wouldn't mind.
We have a speckled sea trout. Specky. Oh, look at that rod bending. Holy
Yeah,
cow, look at that rod bending.
That's a big one.
Yeah, it is. Ooh, that's a good meaty one, Kay.
Huh?
That's a good meaty one.
Yeah, it is. You want it?
No. And Al's got one too. We had a double hook up there. He's got one on the port side. We got speckled trout, port and starboard.
Every cast.
Good job, Jesse. All right, I'm going to go off the front here and see if I can get one. There's another snook. So we went out to try and get multiple species, and as you can see, we caught multiple species. We caught the snook there, and before that, you saw some speckled sea trout, and we also caught a couple of beautiful mangrove snappers, and those will be some good supper. We also, while we were out there, saw but missed 2 black-tip sharks. Just for fun, we saw a baby dolphin swimming along. It was only about 3 feet long. And we saw the ever-present manatee swim by while we were fishing along the branches of the lower mangrove. So there you have another great day with Captain Jesse. Then on the final day, we called it our grand finale day, we booked a charter on what's called a head boat or a party boat. That means that people from all walks of life come on there. We had about 37 people. We went out into the Gulf of Mexico, and man, what a great time it was. Okay, so let's take a walk into the wheelhouse and meet our captain. Hey, Captain, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good, great. Nice to meet you. Where are you from, and tell us your name.
Captain Jay Clark from Long Island, New York. I've resided down in Florida, Southwest Florida, since 2008. Fished my whole life.
Nice.
Did about 15 years in corporate America. Had enough of that racket and decided to be a full-time fisherman.
That's pretty awesome. You know, they told us we're going to be lucky. We have a really good captain today that likes to come out fishing. So tell us a little bit about where we're headed and what the habitat's like and what species we might key in on.
So this area of the Gulf is like a delta because we have a river here, the Caloosahatchee River, that dumps out a lot of sediment for many, many years. So you'll notice we're quite a ways away from the land, but we're only 12 foot of water. We're going to head out to about 55, 56 feet of water, and our main target are going to be lane snapper and grunts, and there should be some grouper mixed in with that. We're going to be targeting, the grouper will be red grouper, and in order for them to be legal, they have to be 20 inches. Lane snapper have to be 8 inches, and grunts don't have any size limit, but it's common to get that size all the way up to that size as part of the catch.
And they're all great to eat, too.
Very good to eat.
All right, fantastic. Well, looking forward to a great trip. Nice meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you,
Thanks
too.
very much.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Okay.
Thanks for coming out.
You bet. Yeah, so I was upstairs on the fly bridge, just minding my own business, and the mate came up and said, "Hey, did you order a Bloody Mary?" I said, "No, but that's my favorite drink." And he says, and he leaves. And then one of the young women I met on the boat earlier in the day popped her head up. Somebody popped her head up and said, "No, you're the guy, Bloody Mary, come on down." I was like, "Why are you making me Bloody Mary? This is awesome. What a great treat." So these ladies here, they have their own business, and they go out and they use garden fresh supplies, and they're making it in a way that's really diabetic friendly. So I see now if you can tell me more about it. Tell me about the business. And
It's Two Chicks Creations.
okay, so 2 chicks, 1, 2, right? You're the 2 chicks.
Right.
Okay,
Sweetness
good.
without the sugar.
Sweetness without the sugar. Nice. And what part of Florida are you based in?
Fort Myers.
Fort Myers. And you travel around to markets and stuff and
We
stuff?
sell them. We have sugar-free. We have sugar-free jellies.
Sugar-free
We have jalapeno, mixed berry, blackberry, blueberry, raspberry, and strawberry.
Strawberry. With the
And-
Plant City strawberries. So
Uh-huh.
we use the Florida Plant City strawberries.
Nice. All locally sourced.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And you were telling me about
Now we're gonna work
processing
on
your tomatoes
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Bloody
we
Mary.
can it.
270 pounds
for
in
pounds.
A week and a half.
a week and a half.
And you have a guy.
Yeah,
And
we have a guy where we get our tomatoes.
We have a guy.
Local.
A
Yep.
local guy.
That's awesome. And look, so look at me. Look at lucky me. I don't care if I catch a fish today. This is awesome. Thanks, ladies.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Bye.
Bye. I mean, come on. Have a little Bloody Mary out here in the Gulf of Mexico. Cruising out here about 20 miles into the ocean to about a 50-foot depth. catch these fish and then have them fresh on the grill tonight. Heart-friendly food, by the way. Pretty good thing. Retirement's not so bad. It's all in what you make of it. Don't sit in a chair. You can help it. Get out and move. And we're getting ready to go in a party boat after a 2-hour jaunt, about 20 miles offshore into the Gulf of Mexico. There's Big Al Gursky getting ready to drop a line. As soon as they give us the signal, we'll drop a line. We're all $5 in the pool for the high fish. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Bring it up, come on. Come on, Bloody Mary girls.
Come on.
Keep reeling. Hold your rod tip up.
Come on.
Oh yeah. Don't forget, you gotta kiss your first fish.
Oh, hell no.
Oh. That's a little snapper right there. Sweet. There's a nice little lane snapper. Very, very nice. Okay, first hole down, lots of fish came up. Now we're gonna stop at the second hole. What we're looking for here is a nice large snapper or grouper. Perfect for the grill. We shall see, we shall see. Here we go, getting ready to drop the hooks. Round 2. Ding, ding, ding. And we got something that feels a little heavier now coming up, right? Yeah. You know when it tires you out? Oh my God. That's a sweet fish. Holy cow, it's a grouper.
Oh, wow. How big is the
It's close.
Let's see that fish on the side before you throw it back.
Take a picture of it.
I'll just reel up a nice snapper there. Let me see. Turning to the side. Oh yeah, you're looking good. That's a nice, beautiful fish. Little grunt. Let's see what else we got here. I can see it. That color. Oh, that's a nice grouper. Oh.
Oh, that's a nice
yeah,
one.
there you go. That's a. Don't try to look.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a
Now, what is that?
grouper. It's a red grouper. Also fun was to watch the pelicans. As the boat was coming back into port, the pelicans started gathering en masse. And they know that the mates are going to feed them the fish carcasses from cleaning the fish. And so you got to check this out. More and more pelicans began to come in. By the way, the male pelicans have the white heads. The female pelicans have just the plain brown heads. And now you have this guy who's like a circus act. And he's just waiting for some fish, and he'll get some eventually, and then some of his buddies catch on that that's maybe a good spot because he gets special treatment. And in the end, you get 2 more guys that come down here, pelicans, and they come to get food from the mates. And if you'll notice what I said about the males having the white heads and the females having the plain brown feathered heads, it's the 3 males that come down onto those attachment ropes for the boat that, you know, they are definitely more confident. And look at them getting special treatment there with the fish. It's really an awesome thing to see. Okay, well, that's our trip out into the Gulf of Mexico. We're greeted at the end by pelicans. I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time we're out and about somewhere fishing or having an adventure.